welcome to another hype show for the CIW Anniversary WrestleBration happening tomorrow. Johnny Cage, Batista, Battle of the Movie Stars. My name's the Colonist. Let's go. And as always, it is great to be here, giving you quality action. And this is the final of our 3 pre-Anniversary WrestleBration matches to get you excited for 4 days worth of shows. 16 matches, 4 days, the culmination of a lifetime for guys like myself, working hard to provide quality entertainment for you, the people who have worked so hard to build this and cultivate this. This is what it culminates in. But before we get to that, we've got ourselves a match that began with a series of, as usual, aggressive tweets made by Batista, taking umbrage with Johnny Cage's fact that he's such an acclaimed movie star. Obviously, Batista wanted the role of Ninja Mime, did not get it, because that went to Johnny Cage. And Johnny Cage obviously just trying to defend his honor, but Johnny Cage obviously taking issue with Batista. And here comes Batista, who is beloved by this audience here at the place I cannot disclose. And Batista, probably in the shape of his life right now, fresh off of several Guardians movies and all of the other Marvel cinematic adventures. Obviously had a great show, great James Bond movie he was a part of. There's obviously more. This is just the start for the very young acting career of Batista. And Batista very excited to be here and excited to beat down Johnny Cage. But Johnny Cage is no pushover. Obviously, very skilled in mixed martial arts is Johnny Cage. Otherwise, he wouldn't be Johnny Cage. He wouldn't have the reputation he has. And it'll be interesting to see as these two clash, what will become, who will be the man of the movies, who also is known to kick some ass from time to time. A match about pride, a match about a role, and a match about a couple mean tweets, as it always ends up being about. But this is exciting for CIW. Thank Batista for being here, and Johnny Cage, and all of you for inviting us into your home just one more time. 24 hours before the CIW Anniversary WrestleBration begins, as it will start tomorrow, and I will give you some hype. As I mentioned, I was going to reveal 2 matches, but I decided I'm going to reveal 3 new matches, so you know a quarter of what's to come. But without giving too much away, as I love providing some level of anticipation, some build and promotion to our matchups, and here we go. And Batista tried to get a punch to the gut, and Johnny Cage thrown him right into the corner, and a little bit of smack talking going on right here. Now a clothesline, and down goes down goes Batista. And these two obviously have a lot of feeling out to do before one takes a distinct advantage, I would imagine. Batista obviously in much better physical shape than Johnny Cage, just by sheer muscle mass. He's got a couple inches on him, certainly a weight advantage, but Johnny Cage certainly no stranger to fighting the odds, but getting chucked across the ring by Batista. And so we mentioned last week, we have the XYZ Championship on the line as Noob Saibot takes on Sub-Zero. What a back suplex. I'm here to announce that every single championship will be on the line, meaning the Gut Check Tag titles defended, the Gut Check Heavyweight Championship defended, the CIW Championship defended, the XYZ Championship defended, and the tag titles defended, all on the line. And that is just a small piece of what you're to expect in the next several days. And now wrenching the arm is Johnny Cage and Batista. And so far, neither man really able to get a strong, distinct advantage. It's Johnny Cage doing everything he can, a front face lock, trying to ground the animal. Probably a smart move, keeping him off his feet. Able to do a lot more that way. And look at the torque, and the referee, Luke Goss, really ought to be checking, make sure that wasn't a choke by Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage said some things that Twitter got very upset about. Obviously, the hashtag cancel Johnny Cage that was circling around for about a week or so, as you know, they were trying to decipher the tweets he said. Obviously, some very vulgar things said about Sonya Blade. Not appreciated in today's society, and now a counter by Batista. And speaking of matchups, and we mentioned the CIW Tag Team Championships, we are going to have the end of a rivalry. As, while I will not mention the stipulation, I will mention that the tag titles will be on the line, as the Street Fighters, Ken Master and Sagat, will take on the men who they lost it to. What a clothesline by Batista. They will defend it against the team they beat for it. The Shades of Black, Neo and Riddick, in a fantastic matchup. I'm sure it will be, but you're going to have to tune in to see what stipulation there is, but it is going to be a stipulation that both teams have yet to experience against each other, and who knows what will be the outcome. And now a half Boston Crab, a high angle half Boston Crab by Batista, just stretching Johnny Cage out like a pretzel. Obviously, we mentioned Bizzle makes his return to the commentator's booth. Batista might be going for the Batista bomb here. This looks bad for Johnny Cage. Oh yeah, it's coming down now. Bam! And will that be enough? Batista going for the cover. 1, 2, and only 2. As it didn't really look a whole lot like Johnny Cage kicked out there, but I suppose he did. And a low blow to get back into this matchup is Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage refusing to apologize to Twitter. Made a point to say that he's about as anti-PC as it gets. If that means he's hated, that means he's hated. And he has certainly been hated by many social groups, particularly on the Twitters. Deleted his Instagram as a result. Batista, obviously one of the most prolific actors to break his way in, starting, of course, with Drax, really, Drax Destroyer and the Guardians of the Galaxy, and only flourishing from there. Johnny Cage really has not gotten a whole lot of work lately, and being vaulted over the top rope by the Animal is probably not going to help, and Batista lands a springboard. Nails it, crossbodied right on the Johnny Cage. Referee Luke Goss going to start it, the count at 1, but I doubt either of these men are going to want to or will be counted out, as this is obviously a bar-out brawl. Both these men fighting for the honor of being the most prolific athlete, combat athlete, who also happens to act. John Cena is preoccupied, so to speak. And that's the second match I'm going to advertise. And oh, what a clothesline. The second match is a 10-minute Iron Man match for the rights to one of John Cena's songs, as John Cena takes on Eminem in a clash for the ages. 10-minute Iron Man match, John Cena Eminem, will also be on the Anniversary WrestleBration. And we mentioned, as the last reveal, the CIW Heavyweight Championship will be on the line, as the World's Champion Bruce Lee will main event against the man who claims, because of his close encounter with Satan, he is owed a heavyweight title match, and that is Freddy Krueger. Bruce Lee and Freddy Krueger, the heavyweight championship of the world. Stay tuned for that as well. And that's all I'm going to give away, because there's a lot more exciting matchups, some fun ones, some odd ones, and some classics. And it's all coming to you starting tomorrow here at the CIW Anniversary WrestleBration. Boston Crab from Johnny Cage trying to get back into this match, as Batista, with some high-impact power moves, has taken a pretty strong advantage. And now Batista with a spike pile driver. Somehow the glass is staying on the head of Cage. I'm sure they wouldn't if I had been wearing them. Now here comes Batista, trying to fight his way back into this contest, even though he has held a good portion of this match. And now here comes Johnny. And what's Johnny headed towards? Now just a punch to the gut, and now knife edge chops back and forth. Both these guys get some pretty intense strikes here, and another pile driver. And that is not going to help the complexion of Johnny Cage one bit. But will this be enough to put Johnny Cage away? Johnny Cage fighting with everything he's got, and now just punches, vicious punches, to try and get himself back in. But you can tell both these men hurting. Both these men dealing a hell of a lot of punishment and an arm drag. And which will be the two men who could take the title of the most distinguished martial artist actor? Well, Batista's going to make a case for it, as Batista coming out of retirement to maintain his honor. And here comes the second Batista bomb. And will that be enough? But too close to the ropes, the ring presence of Johnny Cage well on display. Batista now doing everything he can, trying to clinch this victory and continue his domination over Hollywood and pro wrestling alike. Here in the place, the only place, you'll see matches of this caliber and of this magnitude, Colonial Impact Wrestling. Now Batista going for a shot to the corner, and Johnny Cage reeling, but needed some space, I'm sure. And now Johnny doing everything he can, and now getting himself some space. And both of these men really have appealed on equal planes, and I'm impressed mostly that Johnny Cage has taken 2 Batista bombs and is still standing, but as I say that, laid out is Johnny Cage, but Batista also pretty worse for wear. Both of these men giving it all they got here tonight, all in the name of providing entertainment for you and claiming what they believe is rightfully theirs. And now Johnny with a knee to the skull, rocking Batista. Batista's trying to clear the buzzards away from the pile that might be his brain matter. And now Batista down. Johnny Cage is up. And Johnny Cage, and Johnny Cage gonna go. I forget what we called that. I forget what he called that, but the $500 sunglasses, that's sure what they were. The Mortal Kombat punch, the cover, and Johnny Cage has won it. After weathering 2 Batista bombs, Johnny Cage is your winner in a thrilling contest. And this is only the beginning, folks. This is just the start. I'm so excited to bring the Anniversary WrestleBration to you in 24 hours' time. Thank you so much for watching these 3 matches. We cannot wait to see you tomorrow night for the very first day of the CIW Anniversary WrestleBration. So much on the line, so many new things going forward. My name's The Colonist. Johnny Cage is winning. We'll see you tomorrow.